This is Lewis. I thought I would do a quick video kind of talking about why you should purchase Signals music studio songwriting course over Next Level Playing by Paul David. Now, quick note, I love Next Level Playing and I think it's an amazing course. I would just purchase it after Signals. I would make Signals your main course, and I'll link both of them below. I'm not affiliated with either one, so I don't really care which one you buy, but I do care in the sense of I'd like to help because I've gone through every single one. I've gone through every single lesson. I've completed both courses, so this is, if you wanted to know, from another kind of like intermediate guitarist kind of breaking through that wall a little bit, then that's who I am, and I've gone through both, so I'd like to kind of give you a bit of an advantage with it. So I have I think 5 major reasons. So like of why you should choose Signals. The first one is organization. I feel like Signals is far superior in terms of organization. Paul's is organized, but to me it's organized kind of in a strange way. It's kind of like organized. It is chronologically organized, but it's kind of, it has like different. I'm not exactly sure how it's organized. It's weird. Like it is obviously beginner to more advanced, but some things it's like curated in kind of a strange way, because some things make sense and some things do not make sense, especially around the 3rd or 4th level, because there's 7 levels, or I believe there's 7. That it's just kind of like, it kind of gets murky between like, why did you choose this over this, and he kind of explains it in some of the lessons, but I kind of disagreed with the way he was presenting it, and then a lot of the videos aren't nearly as well done as his YouTube videos, which is to be expected because it's a very, it's a large course and a lot of stuff, and I'm not really hating on him for that, but Signals, it's like the production isn't necessarily there, but a lot of work is still a lot more work is still done in the videos themselves, so that he aids you, and also there's like a huge difference in terms of content. Like I would say it's almost like twice as big as Next Level Playing, and it's also very well organized. Like it is from the very beginning to of like foundation, and it's all fundamental foundation in a chronological order, and what in my opinion makes complete sense every step of the way. And it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and if you learn everything in that order, it will help you so much. Like it has lifted up just so many mistakes about songwriting, that I'm just shocked. It's like, I think it's like 46 lessons or something. It's just absolutely tremendous amount of content. I have no idea how he did it. I mean, he says thousands of hours, and I believe it. So that's the first reason. That's a huge one. I would say, really, and I don't know how to just, I've been playing since I was 16, and I am 30 now, so at 15 years I should be a lot better of a player, and I'm getting much better. That's part of why this YouTube channel exists, is because I'm forcing myself to break through the plateau of that intermediate hell, and I'm breaking through it. But I wish I would have had this course when I was 16, because if you just truly do his course and really understand these concepts, it's going to pay off so big for you. It's unbelievable, to where it only takes your creativity, because I've been playing with my intuition for so long, and I've understood bits and pieces of songwriting, music theory for a while, but it's just, but I've had to collect all these different pieces, and I've been playing intuition for so long that I really rail against the whole don't learn music theory because you'll become like a robot. Like I don't know why guitarists put that out there, or or you know, I don't know, people put that out there for some reason. You should learn as much music theory as you can, as long as you feel like it's fulfilling. Some of it may be kind of boring, but it's really not when you put it into practice. So I don't know. I'm gonna do another video on that some other time. But the next thing is worksheets. I've made this entire binder. You know, front end is perfect because I'm like, you know, I need to study the pentatonic scale more and more. You know, in the back, I have the modes, all the different modes of major, right? And then I have all these freaking pages. Look at how big. I mean, this is just, it's crazy, and I don't believe that's even all of them yet. And I'm still trying to organize them all. And you know, he has worksheets, tip for writing melodies, rhythm basics, and it's all done chronologically because I downloaded them. The only gripe I would say is that I wish he would just give you a full download zip, and it would just, so because I had to go one by one. Which was pretty annoying, but because he has 44 lessons, I wish it was just one downloadable zip and a workbook and boom. Now, Paul Davis does have workbooks, worksheets, and they're good, but I like Signals better. So, and because the simple organization factor makes it a huge benefit. And it truly fills in all the gaps that you would really need. The third one is practicality. Everything you can put into practice very quickly. With some of Paul Davis stuff, it's like a mixture between advanced, intermediate, and stuff. And sometimes you can put into practice, sometimes it's like a little over your head, kind of. Like for me, I understood nearly everything, and I could do everything pretty quickly, but it was still like the concepts were slipping away a lot of the time. Whereas because Signals kind of gave me that foundation between, I could easily understand where I needed to go, because that was kind of like a huge problem. I was like, again, going back to organization, I didn't know how to go back. I was like, I know that Paul was talking about a concept at one point, but because of the way that he organized it, it was so hard to kind of go back and to like check what concept, when and where would that help me. And I'm like, you know, because and sometimes he would offer different videos, so it was pretty confusing. Whereas with Signals, it's like laid out perfectly, and it was very practical. Now, insights. So Paul Davis does have a lot of insights, but again, because of organization, it's tough to go back and remember them. And I'm terrible at note taking, so that sucks. But going back with Signals, it's just super easy and clear because everything is done chronologically. And so some of the insights that I learned, I could easily go back into them pretty easily. For example, like borrowing chords from the parallel minor scale, which is the craziest thing that I've ever experienced right then and there with him. And he was talking about doing the fourth, you know, with the natural number system. If you don't know the natural number system, I highly recommend you learning it and, you know, buying that course, because he does an amazing job explaining it. But it's basically like chord progressions. It's the Roman numerals, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think you can see here. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's talking about that one. So if this was the major scale, right? If this was like C, D, E, F, this would be F major. But instead of F major, he would say F minor instead. And that's like a classic. That's like a classic chord progression music theory technique that you've definitely heard. Like I've heard Radiohead do it a couple times. I'm gonna see if I can. Let me see if I can kind of do it without totally screwing it up. So C, D. And then you would usually have F major. That's F minor. and then we go to the dominant. Right? So C. Kind of went all over the place, but you can hear that transition between the C, D minor, E minor, F major, F minor, and then you can go back to C from there. It sounds pretty cool. It's like, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. That, see, because that F minor is out of the major scale. It's out of that the Roman numeral chord formula, right? But it's like I've heard Radiohead do that, or I've heard like, you know, Oasis do that, you know, in pop songs and stuff. And I was like, you know, if you were to reverse engineer that, right, and you're like looking at the chord progressions, and you're like, what the? It's like, why does he throw in an F minor? Because like, then what key is he in? Because if it's F minor, then, so like before, if I didn't know about borrowing chords from then I would look at it and I'd be like, I don't know what keys he's in. Like, and he could be in a, you know, like F minor chord progression, and it would just be super confusing. Whereas if you just knew that, well, you know, you could just, he just borrowed from the parallel minor. It's not even a big deal. He's still in C major. Like the whole thing is C major, but he does F minor for a second, and you're like, oh, now so many things make sense, because it's like he's just dipping out of the scale real quick and coming back. So that's like one insight that I was like blown away, and there's like so many mind-blowing things, and I know I could just go back to that lesson super easily. And with Paul David's, like, I had some mind-blowing moments, but then I was like, I don't remember how I can get back to study it, you know, and that was really problematic. And then also, you know, Signals is littered with them all throughout, and I can just look at the contents, table of contents, and I know where to go back. So kind of beating that over the head, but hopefully that kind of gives you some insight into the inside. The last thing notable is that the learning management system that they use, I'm a web developer and designer, so I hated both of their, just so you know, both of them suck. Both of the LMS systems suck. I don't like either of them. I think, and then like Signals has like an overflow issue where it's like you can like move it on mobile, and it's like you move the whole website. I'm pretty sure even Paul David's has overflow issues too. And I was like, Jesus Christ, guys, couldn't you just like get on Teachable or Thinkific or something? Like, yeah. But anyways, I digress. So conclusion, Paul Davids is an amazing person. Signals is an amazing guy. They're both incredible. You know, I follow them both. I learn from them both every single day. I love them both. But in terms of their lessons, I would buy Signals first, and then I would buy Paul Davids. Paul Davids is still really, really cool, has some tremendous things and incredible assets in there. He kind of dives deeper into solos, so in solo progressions and solo styling, but really not that much. I mean, not enough for you to like buy his course over Signals. You should buy Signals if you were to buy any course anywhere in terms of guitar and songwriting specifically, not technical skills, but songwriting. You need to buy Signals. Okay, so I'm done. I'm gonna get off my soapbox, and I'm gonna keep practicing. So you keep rocking, and you know, please like, comment on this video. Let me know if you've already purchased a course, or if you're looking to purchase a course, or if you already got through the course. Would love to hear your thoughts. So yeah, have an amazing day. Please subscribe, would be really helpful, and yeah, keep rocking.